Ruckus and the Records proudly brings to you the Dogwater Radio Show, starring Dogbite Harris. Also featuring Jody Mattern as the lovable but perverse Blackwater Derg.
Time for our state to be opened up. We're tired of not being able to buy the things that we need, go to the hairdressers, get our hair done. It's time to open up.
Lansing Gun Club, Michigan. Lansing Gun Club, Michigan. Shotgun, a rifle, and a 45. Just a northern Confederate living alive with your Walmart cowboy and four-wheel drive. The Bible, the flag, the big bush light. Lansing Gun Club, Michigan. Militia. Chefs taking a bite. Dead wrong, but goddamn you're blind with your beer belly, your superior gene, the Second Amendment, and your FOB. Lansing Gun Club, Michigan. Militia. Lansing Gun Club, Michigan. Militia, white trash, no class. Come to the Capitol steps. Come on, boys, let's get some ass. Lansing Gun Club, Michigan. Militia, trips to the Capitol of D.C. Dressed up like a fucking parody. Make America great again. Bend over, I'm coming in. Lansing Gun Club, Michigan. Militia. Lansing Gun Club, Michigan. Militia.
Alrighty, folks. With me on the Zoom here, I've got Felix Thursday and St. Christopher, the motherfucking saint himself, in prime form, as always. We've been trying for 2 hours. Not very hard. We took a trip to the silent room. Now we're back. Dipped our toe in the silent river. Took our Birkenstocks off, and here we are to bring you guys a very calm, grounded interview. Felix, as you can see in the background, this is going to be a video interview as requested.
Oh, this is on video?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh,
You look good.
Never mind, we don't have to if you don't. If you
Yes, no,
I don't
fuck
give
you.
a fuck.
Now it's happening. Fuck you.
Well, Felix is like a special education teacher, so he might have different things. All right, so basically, I got you on here. Let's talk about your new album and talk about you working with Rusty Knuckles and all this good shit that you got going on, Chris.
Are you talking to me or talking to Felix?
I'm not working with Rusty Knuckles.
I'm not. I might not be either pretty soon. True story.
Well,
Well, here's the deal, guys. Let me just break it down. There's a guy. The guy comes over. Did I tell you about the guy on the farm? Anyway,
You never finished it. We don't know what happened. He
we'll
was
get
just out
back
there
to
for
that
4
later.
months.
You know,
Yeah.
Felix kept interrupting with his silence in the pool. But
yeah, and then you got upset because fucking you realized that Felix's book costs fucking $300 and
oh my god, dude!
Why did you bring that up again?
Here's the deal, hey guys. If you want to go and he's got a book. I guess.
Oh, no. Start over.
I don't make this weird, but he's got a book on the internet, but my old lady got it, and we are now bankrupt, and I have been saving for years with all the gainful, all the money I've made off this lucrative act that I've embarked upon. So go to his thing, but be careful. Unless you gotta have a few Benjamins on this deal, okay? So
I think
right as soon,
I think in the long run, you're going to be happy about your purchase, though. I mean, I think it's worth it.
Oh my god! Oh my! It's she started reading. Well,
Dog Bite's like, I haven't read it. I don't know.
I want to get really serious here for a second, but I'll tell you what. When she was reading it, she started wanking her bang and squirting across the room and saying, "Oh no, we don't have any money anymore." That was fucking shows you've done a good work.
Well, hey, it's not like it was money just completely thrown away. Like
Making her bean. No, I
It's
went
like being,
go to get Felix's Prius a couple bucks in gas so I get to the silent stream tomorrow.
yeah.
I wouldn't mind having a Prius actually. They get like 80 miles to the gallon.
But don't you have a
Yeah.
Mini Cooper, don't you?
Yeah. Well, right now it's
That's even sweeter.
smashed by a tree.
Oh, I thought it looked fine.
No, it's pretty smashed.
Oh shit.
Nah, that's why you have insurance.
I guess. Yeah.
Right.
I guess.
So, all right, let's get back on topic, gentlemen.
1 second.
Yeah, let's get back on topic.
All right.
All right.
Oh man.
All right, guys. Let's do it.
Motorhead.
All right.
So, what do you want to talk about, Aaron?
Let's talk about your fucking CD, man.
It's not really a CD.
Your album.
It's an album.
I aged myself, I guess.
Compact disc. So
Let's talk about your compact disc.
well, here's my thing. I will
You got
say
a new
this
tape
honestly.
coming out?
What, dude, new. This thing is leather and worn. If I got in that fucking silent pool, they'd probably kick my ass. It's loud.
You could probably find at least a copy there in their library, I'm sure.
Yep. Makes sense.
I might put one in there.
All right.
So tell me about the fucking album, Chris. Come on now.
Are you talking to me now?
Yeah, tell me about it.
So we made it's okay. I gotta speak to my elder shaman over there with his candles and his fucking rogue shit and his incense and he smudged the room. It's okay. It's okay if I speak, Master.
Were you talking to me?
Yeah, they're Shaman Felix, I think.
You talking to me?
I think he's
Okay,
requesting
so
your
the thing is this EP is probably not so chi with like it probably fucks with his chi, but it's a little loud, it's a little abrasive.
No. You're usually so mellow.
Do it now?
You said you're usually so mellow.
Well, yes, I'd like to believe so. I think that this is probably with everything that's going on in life. I think this is it's what we needed at the time we needed it. I'm really tired, really tired of a lot of things with society, and it was time to get loud. But I would not have done this if a couple of friends who were close to me died, who we were talking about doing some writing with this. They died, and also, honestly, Johnny Lindell, who I fondly refer to as Johnny Ego, he's kept going. We need to do an old school, let's just do a 6-song EP. Let's just do this. Let's just do that. I thought it was a cool idea, and I was kind of fucking done. And honestly, I was done. I was like, as you well know, I was going to keep writing. You've known me for a long fucking time. I'm like, I'm always going to write. I'm always going to play music. But Johnny kind of pushing that, and then all these two guys dying, who I was actively talking about, fucking doing some writing with, and was doing writing with one. I felt like I said, it says in the bio thing is like not to be too sappy. And I don't want to make Felix fall asleep, but like I said, this EP, it was built on a promise. It really was. It really was. And fucking, if it wouldn't have been for that driving me to do it, I probably would have been fucking done. That and the 2020 shit that everybody talks about so terrible for him. I liked. I liked watching society fall apart, as they say. I'm like, oh wow, you're poor, you're homeless, you're this, that, the other. I'm like, well, that's a fucking Tuesday for me my whole fucking life. So watching that happen and relishing in it, and watching fucking the scenes, the little scenester shit of the different fucking little fucking areas. They don't have each other to jerk each other off for their fucking their little back patch wearers, their little punk rock hair wearers, their little, what I mean? It really, the little few, their little fucking niche that they have. It was funny to watch when those bars shut down, or their little club shut down. They are, oh my God, it's horrible. I can't play a show. I'm like, who the fuck would you play the same 3 bars or 3 clubs all the fucking time? I've fucking spent a very long time in my life playing a lot of different places, to empty clubs and empty places and everything else. And they act like it's the end of the world. Well, the reason was because they have their little fucking cheerleading squad sucking their dick. And that was awesome. That was awesome to watch these people and then watch them turn on each other. It was
well, dude, it wasn't my worst year in life, I don't think, to be honest with you.
It wasn't close to mine.
Yeah, I don't think it was mine either. It was boring. I could say it was fucking boring, but that's all right.
For me, it wasn't though. But like I said, I'm not as smart as Felix. He has books that take food from people's mouths, but he's
but worth every fucking penny.
Oh no, he's actually made me homeless for his book. But the thing is, like, the funny part about it was fascinating to me, because, like I said, being on playing as long as he did, just you play, and then you write something maybe, and then you tour, then you play, write something, tour, and you get caught in that fucking cycle, and then having like a fucking year off to take a breath and to kind of like fucking fucking self-actualize and fucking figure out where you're at and where you come from and shit. It was actually really cool. And then I said that I got, like I said, a couple, 3, fucking 4 surgeries coming up on every fucking busted part of the body. I have to worry about, like, okay, I'm gonna do back surgery now, and then I have to fucking worry about going on the road fucking 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually been like a fucking, for me, because, like, to me, like, music and shit it's not about a fucking merch sale. It's not about a record sale. It's fucking about it's a lifetime thing. But to keep doing it and keep the people around me, I've had to keep around me with, like, they want to tour, they want to play, and so do I. And we were off, we were done, and that was cool. So with that, fucking, I said with these 2 dudes dying and few people dying, and fucking Johnny pushing for this, we ended up recording this fucking thing, and I'm really happy about it. Like I was telling Felix, Aaron hasn't listened to this, Felix, because he probably won't understand. I don't think it's beneath him. It's not rootsy enough, but
that's not rootsy enough. Dude, don't get me fucking started. I won't get him started. Dude, there's whole new crop of fucking rootsy fucks that are even worse than the last rootsy fucks that we used to bitch about 10 years ago.
Well, I won't get you started.
This is your interview.
It's my
your time to
so shine. Anyway, yeah. What about anyway, like, it's funny because fucking, like, when I did send it to, like, somebody like an old boy like Felix or even Bob or any of those other people, like, this sounds like this fucking old school 80s thrash. And, like, yeah, that's how I modeled the sound of it after the 78 fucking the Black Flag EP, the Nervous Breakdown EP, the sound of it, and I guess the attitude of it, I guess, I don't know, but it was pretty cool having Johnny and Luke come up there, and literally, I shit you not, and everybody keeps going, I can't fucking believe you guys did this, but it's true to fucking fact that 2.5 days we recorded. I'm talking like mic set up, everything else, playing, recorded on the spot, fucking 6 songs in under 3 days. And as fast and nasty as they are, I fucking dare anybody else to do that, you know? So yeah, I mean, it was a pretty fucking special thing. And it was what I needed. I fucking needed this. And here I sit, fucking 40 years old, fucking busted up, broke, fucked up, everything else, man, in life. But I'll tell you what, I've never been fucking more enthused about a project and re-enthused about music in my life. And I'm pretty happy about that. So,
You know,
so that's where we're at right now.
good, man.
Thank you, Aaron.
I fucking you know, the one thing I love about you, Chris, is how every time you put something out, you're always, I think you're more excited about it than the last project, you know? And that's always a good, you know, it's like a trait in an artist, you know?
Yeah.
I think, too, man, like, trying to put this, like, there's not an ounce of bullshit to you, man. You know? What you get is what you get. Love it or hate it, you don't give a fuck, you know? And,
Yeah, I mean, like, I think that there's a lot of things that are misunderstood. A lot of people don't understand a lot of things, and nor do I care to explain that. Man, it's fucking ambiguity of art and music and shit, and writing and whatnot. You know, nor should I. Fucking hey, when you do that, it cheapens everything. And fuck, like I said, with like I said, with this, you know, we've been talking with Ralph, Rusty Knuckles, and everything else, and you know, fucking, the dude who put the video together was a dude I met in fucking, who put a video, you know, he was just happened to be there in Huntsville, Alabama that time, like back in 2019. He's like, I'd like to do this. You know, he got paid. Some didn't get paid much, but he put his heart into it, made a good video. And like I said, within under 24 fucking hours, they're coming at the fucking, the us and everybody else. I'm like, well,
let me stop you for just a second too, because let me tell you guys, anybody who's listening to this fucking podcast, the 3 of you, I've known Chris for over 10 years now, and there's a lot of people that like to fucking talk shit about what kind of a fucking terrible person he is. Or whatever. But let me fucking tell you guys something. This guy has pulled homeless kids out from underneath fucking bridges. He's done real social justice work, not internet social justice work. So he's probably smarter than 90% of us fucking talking shit. So it's to the fucking point, you know, I'm like, I've had a hell of a week. I feel you on this shit. But anyways, like, so continue as you talk about these people that talk about what kind of a terrible fucking person you are.
Well, no, I mean, I think it's what it always amounts to is they use the whole cancel culture thing and the you know, the fucking that paradigm.
How punk rock of them.
Oh, of course, always, yes. Because
never mind the fact that people fought in the 90s to fucking get this bullshit fucking taken away. Now they're totally reverting back to it. Like, please come back, Tipper Gore. Please come back and help us fucking figure out what we need to listen to.
Yeah, it's always cool. I mean, we can go on without hours and days and weeks. And it was all due respect, Felix being much older than us, and you know, staying up late enough to have this conversation. I know he's struggling. He smashed some Geritol and some fucking Ensure earlier. But he knows. And all jokes aside, he knows. You know, this was subversive. It was not meant to ever, like, all that kind of music was not. My thing about that shit was it was. Yes, maybe it was aggressive and it was confrontational in a way, but it was not like everybody thinks it is. It was not meant to be that way. It was a reaction to things. And anything I've ever done is a reaction to things. And it's so funny because all these people that have had come so fucking hard against this, is they react to what we do or react to what I play or what I say. Usually they're a bunch of fucking nobodies. Usually they're a bunch of fucking people who have not done this, a bunch of no-go cocksuckers, a bunch of fucking towny motherfuckers. And they do this to try to make themselves relevant, try to make themselves feel better about themselves. I'm such a good person because this guy is the bad guy. And that's really started about, like I said, started by fucking 2012, 13 or so. And if you look at, when I did Last Chance of Freedom and wrote about that, Last Chance of Freedom was that. It was like this art, this music's Last Chance of Freedom. Little did I know what.
Yeah, I think that was definitely the album that really pushed you over into that, where like those fucking people were calling around trying to get your shit canceled and stuff.
That was after that whole shit started in 2017.
Oh, was it later now? But I think that's kind of when the pot started getting stirred and the thing started brewing.
Well,
there will be no more good fucking music, man, because
there'll be no good art.
Irony or parody. Like you couldn't have the Dead Kennedys now.
No good movies.
People would be like, "Oh my god, he has a song called I Killed Children." Like,
yeah. Well,
over their fucking heads.
Well, Felix, I have a song called Lansing Gun Club about where I'm at right now in Grand Rapids and Lansing, and they twist that into somehow I'm a fucking because the chorus goes Lansing Gun Club, Michigan militia.
Yeah.
And they somehow twist that into I'm a militia supporter, fucking QAnon supporter, and then they bring the race.
I didn't hear this. This is brilliant.
Listen to the song too. That's not even fucking close to that.
Like I said,
fucking close.
You didn't understand irony or subtlety or anything.
Felix, you did not hear about this, huh?
No, this is fucking hilarious.
This happened. The video was released on fucking Friday, on Saturday, but people on it that did not. Again, the people that actually knew the meaning, people that were once close to me, used it against me, and they go, "Oh, well, look at this guy. He's a fucking right wing, all fucking right." Yeah, I know. I know. Isn't that something?
Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
I'm not. No, I'm not. No,
like this is the type of shit I say about dog bite, and I'm like trying to piss them off.
Kind of shit
this happened as soon. What the?
This will be the MAGA hat wearers for the next 4 years.
No,
this is the Democrat version of the fucking.
It doesn't matter what's on the hat. It doesn't matter what color the hat is. All that matters is you put the hat on.
Yeah, there's a hat, and it just switched to the fucking Democrat.
But so as so often, most always, people are trying to further their own agenda somehow, and saying that shit, obviously exploits the people that, or that was obviously so fucking blatantly satirical, but they say this and they're like, okay, well, this is the guy to hate. So they literally did that. This fucking I'm not.
They can't grapple with any complexity in anything. Like, how can they watch a movie like Taxi Driver? That must just blow their fucking minds apart.
No, but back up. Like you're taking it too far that way. Even the fucking people that did this were people that axe to grind. And the story of my life where they'll go, oh, hey, we can fuck this prick over. We can say that, and then everybody else will believe it. You know what I'm saying? And so it's even more disgusting, really. So yeah, that's fuck more than anything, and that's been the story of my life many times. But you say it, and they say, you have a song called Lansing Gun Club. They're like, oh, well, obviously this guy's, Michigan, he's obviously a supporter of this shit. And they'll all do it. They'll jump to it. This didn't happen as bad this time. But like, for instance, the other shit.
It was because it was pretty fucking blatantly obvious in the goddamn song. That's not what you were fucking saying.
Well,
that blows my mind. I give up.
One line of a 2-minute song.
I give up.
Oh my fucking god, dude! It's fucking stupid.
Well, like I said, we have a song on the last album, which obviously feel like I've had so many times. People say that you shouldn't name it, that you shouldn't say this. I'm like, why shouldn't I? And there's a song on like the Preach Goddamn It album called Whites Only. Like, oh my God, it says whites only. Well, I'm like, well,
You're
you got to
fucking
realize
kidding me.
that,
No,
well, as an advocate, we've all seen that shit historically and everything else. But what got me was a fucking dear friend of mine, a black man from Alabama named Bill Bryant. He showed pictures of himself as a young child, and said no colored people allowed, this, that, and the other. And whites only was about, if you listen to every single verse, it's about what we call fucking what's the word? Fucking they talk about not gender it's about cultural appropriation. And I talk about, first about like what was taken from the black people, what was taken from the native people, what was taken from the Mexican people, or at least Hispanic people, bit by bit by bit. And that's what's really about. Well, it's easy to say, well, this guy wrote something called Whites Only. He's a fucking white supremacist. But it was the people that said this, they would turn it against it, or people that had never heard it going, hey, like we were going out to Colorado, and they were like, well, what does this song mean? I go, what the fuck do you think it means? And they kept asking me, these bands were asking me, I go, have you listened to it? They go, well, we think it means this, blah, blah. I go, well, when I get out there, we'll talk about it. I go, you should. And they go, so they actually boycotted everything else. And God bless Tony at Lions Lair. He fucking, like, they're doing that. And they're like, well, we're going to back off, we're going to be there. And he told the bands, he goes, fuck you. Don't come back to my fucking venue. And the guy who was booking them, and then part of this, like, thing, he goes, fuck you, you're done. And he fired them too. He goes, I know Chris. I've known Chris for years. But that lack of critical thinking, that lack of, and I know it's a
That's an extraordinary lack of critical thinking.
Well, they want their fucking shit spoon fed to them like it's coming out of a Gerber fucking baby food jar.
Well, more than that, they want somebody to vilify it and rally against. Like, it's so sad to me, because I spend so much more of my time talking about this kind of shit, these social paradigms, these ideas. And it's so funny, the people that come at me with these things, I'm like, you don't even fucking.
This reminds me of a story.
It's so funny that you spend your whole life doing shitty coke, getting drunk, getting on Tinder, trying to fuck every guy.
Went to the fucking quiet lake.
Anything you can fuck, twist your dick into, whatever. You're a piece of shit. You're a fucking liar. You're lazy. But I'll tell you what, you are a fucking social conscious. You're so fucking in tune to things. You're so fucking have such an in-depth awareness of all these paradigms and theories, and then I'm the one that's fucking wrong, you cocksucker. So it's like, it's so fucking, the irony and everything else, like I said, it's pathetic. It's disgusting. And that actually, again, this new, the 2020 Apocalypse EP that we recorded.
2020.
It's 2020 Apocalypse is the name of it. As a reaction to that, in the sense of, I was like, like I said, I was trying to, I was actually, in July, fucking, I couldn't work. Casey was quarantined because she got sick. She had it. Couldn't work. Here I'm doing carpet. We're listening to like old school shit that's a man of Felix's age would know, like Exploited, old school Dead Kennedys, old school stuff like that.
But it took that time to write a book of poetry.
But fucking you're writing a book of poetry in your science pool. But it was funny because I'm like, I'm listening to these bands from the 80s, Gangrene, or fucking Coxbar from the British side, or whatever. Fucking, you listen to these bands, especially obviously Dead Kennedy's the biggest one, I think, that you say looked at all these very complex social issues, made a joke of it, but they made a good point. I'm like, why the fuck is anyone not doing this? And I was like, oh, fuck this, I'm gonna do it. And that's what we did. So I kind of had that idea already, and I was thinking about that, and I was almost like, fucking fuck you guys. I'm tired of everybody picking my fucking lyrics apart, picking everything, every single word I say apart. And so literally the lyrics of this were just spilled out of my head. And Aaron, somebody's, he's known me long enough, and like say what I sent to Rev from Whiskey Dick, he goes, this is like having a conversation with him. And that's kind of what it's like, because it was not meant to be poetic. It was not meant to be clean. It was not meant to fucking have like these like profound things. It was more meant to like bang, 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 bang. So very proud of
that. I mean, I'm a fucking moron, and I fucking get it, Like, I'm not like an artistic fucking really like, oh, let's fucking get like a in-depth like fucking Doors kind of fucking songwriting.
Really vodka, baby.
So
yes, like, keep going, sir.
So like, if I get it, I feel like any fucking idiot should be able to get it,
Yeah, you underestimate people.
I mean, have these people ever read the lyrics to Brown Sugar?
No.
Oh, like
no.
People that like to fucking fly the casualty flag, but fucking whatever,
I like the fact. I like the fact of doing this. I love having on this Felix, a guy who's, like I said, I'm not, all jokes aside, a guy who's came from that old school punk rock background, and a guy who has a fucking education. How mind blowing! I'm watching his face, watching. You don't. Aaron knows a lot of it, but you don't have a clue. I'm not saying that to be condescending, but the shit that I have gone through, that fucking people have turned against me and everything else. And I'm like, dude, I fucking, I wanted to play loud rock and roll music as a kid, and shit like Dead Kennedys or Minor Threat or whatever meant something to me, and I did that, and like, fuck, have you ever heard this? What 2017? I won't get into it. About when fucking I was accused of being a Nazi. Felix, you heard about this?
No. Sorry, dude. Why am I laughing? That's just fucked up.
I know.
I mean, I shouldn't laugh. I'd be like,
it's absurd.
Like, everyone's a fucking Nazi now.
Apparently,
no. I was a Nazi, and also I was also anti-LGBTQ.
That was me yesterday. That was what I got yesterday for saying, like, me and Joshy from Moonrunners have a mutual friend that Rush Limbaugh was related to, and this guy's done quite a bit for us, and Joshy fucking talking shit about this guy's dead family member, and I just kind of was like, hey, we got like a mutual friend that this guy's like related to, might not be, might be all right to just let him mourn,
Yeah.
And then I was anti-LGBTQ because I mentioned that, even though the comp album that you were on, the proceeds of that went to the Trevor Project. So, one of my best friends is trans, so I like it's one of those things, like you were saying, people reading whatever the fuck they want to read. They needed to make a fucking billion on that post, and that was me.
The internet stuff, like I said, with that, like, shit, Jesus Christ. Okay, so once this EP comes out, I've officially written by myself, like lyrically and whatnot, over the years, include motherfucking Saint shit, St. Chris shit. This will be fucking record number 8. And I'm not bragging or complaining, but the body of work we got and the influence it's had on people, pretty fucking good. You know what I'm saying? And these fuckers, these cocksuckers have had nothing, or have no realm of critical thinking, or literally more often than not just out to get something or somebody. And I'm hoping that those days are coming to an end. Like, but that's the thing, Felix. I guess you don't know. Right? Most people don't know the fucking struggle. The not just struggle, but the defame, the fucking losing friends, losing opportunities, and everything else. And the thing was about it, and my old lady there, she recently, like even like the last few days, I had to go, you're right. I had to sit there. Our life suffered. Our relationship suffered. Obviously, fucking everything suffered for this. But I'm not saying like I'm fucking martyr or nothing. But I'm like, it's just my fucking nature. You know, it's wrong. I will not. And people say like, well, if you just apologize for fucking what? You know?
This is fucking crazy talk. This isn't even like 1984. It's like a 1984 knockoff.
Right.
You know? And then you look at like they're giving you a hard time, kicking down, and meanwhile they're probably like, yeah, I totally own a copy of Straight Outta Compton. And these guys are talking about pimping women out and everything else, and that's acceptable.
Or they're glorifying David Allan Coe or fucking
Fear.
Yeah. Well, there's constant something, you know.
That's my thing. You could pick things apart. Like my thing is like, okay, so my fucking
absurd.
You know, absurd to the level that I love it. Watching you right now. This is why, Aaron, all the nonsense we did before, I'm happy this is happening right now because apparently fucking Felix, he didn't know all this. And we can't even scratch surface of how much this is fucked. Like somebody who came from fucking the country in Nebraska and fucking started touring and did everything myself and how much they went to work to rip something like this down. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not fucking sucking my own dick, but Jesus Christ, man, done a lot of things and came a long fucking way doing that. You know what I mean? And but it was like with a fucking thimble's worth of talent. But no, I can't sing, I can't play guitar, but I got a lot of fucking ideas. And with those ideas, though, it became more and more and more and more that. Those ideas would be like, well, you should do this, you should do this, and you tune this down, you should quiet this. I'm like, no, that's actually not ever going to happen. I would rather fucking take a goddamn fucking 9mm bullet to the head, you know? And
you're not supposed to have to explain or defend your fucking art anyway. I mean, that's the job of an audience, and art's supposed to make you ask these questions. And I mean, this is how it's been.
That sounds right, doesn't it?
Like since the fucking Greeks, man, and now all of a sudden they want everything Bobby McFerrin'd out. It's like,
fuck.
Everything's a trigger. If you disagree with someone, you're being abusive. It's like, whoa. Like you're right. Like we're that soft. People don't understand what any sort of suffering is because everything's so shallow.
Well, like I said, when I was with the songs on what was the last album? Fucking Preach Goddamn. It's like freedom comes from suffering and rebellion is an art, and that's what I wrote because I really meant that, and I've lived that. I mean, Aaron can tell you that's not being cute. Aaron can vouch for this.
That's good bullshit, and Chris, dude.
It's almost more offensive to get called a Nazi by someone who doesn't even know anything about the fucking Nazis.
Well,
like somebody who doesn't even know what the fuck they're talking about in the first place, throwing that shit around is almost even more offensive.
Fuck, hey, Aaron, he's not yawning now, is he?
No, it's just bizarre to me, man. Like. They don't think about the places they shop or the brands they buy or the actual like human rights violations that are still happening. They want to throw around all this bullshit.
Keep going, bro. Keep it coming, bro. That's the fucking show, dude.
Yeah, it's just
I
think everyone's over it.
Or if you support a fucking, then that's what I'm hoping for. Because like I said, like fuck, growing up a kid, like. Obviously, fucking football was life where I was at. I love it. I fucking will never not love the fucking sport of this. And I did it.
For another 10 years, it'll be outlawed if things keep going the way it is.
Well, not just that. I'm saying,
I'll have to give everyone a fucking trophy, and it'll have to you'll have to have coaches from all different faiths and genders and.
And then
everyone have to be represented. And it's just not the way the fucking world is. Not everybody has equal representation.
No. And not.
And it has nothing to do with the pigment of any of our skins or anybody else's. It has to do with, that's just how humans have sorted themselves out now. Until you evolve, it's always going to be that way. But you're not evolving whenever you're just spouting out shit you heard on MSNBC or some fucking podcast and then applying labels to people.
Or even worse, something on Instagram that somebody doesn't like who said.
Or,
who
yeah.
has never done anything, you know.
It's literally like the witch trials. And
you're Aaron, keep going, Felix.
Well, it just reminds me of like, I was interested in the witch trials, and I read this book on the European witch trials. And, you know, a lot of these people who accused women of being witches were other women.
Right. No, okay, babe, come here.
You know what I mean? It's like, I know how to get rid of goody dog bite.
Yeah. Well,
goody dog bite made your crop fail. Now my husband's not wanting to like.
No. See, the people that survived, they thought survived with this. Okay, so you missed Felix's diatribe. He did not realize the fucking backstory of so much of the shit. He's all fired up. Isn't this something? No, for real. Like all jokes aside.
Like it's especially ironic when someone who behaves like a National Socialist accuses someone else of being one.
Yeah, they don't see the irony of the shit they're doing.
I'm like, this is the most Hitler-you thing you can possibly do.
Yeah, it's like,
job.
Everything
now go do some gymnastics,
the things they're fighting for.
He never knew. He had no idea. Like I cannot begin to explain to you.
You're talking about St. Louis.
That's just one thing.
Oh yeah, no, it's
okay.
Insane.
So tell them that this case, you guys. Fuck. Okay, fine. Well, babes, if you're gonna be on, okay. Tell. Okay. So at any rate, this woman meets me in 2016, and fucking. Do I not?
You say this girl mates you?
She mates me.
I hated him and I made him.
Oh, actually, tell that. Start with that. Start with that right there. Yourself. Tell your own story.
Okay.
Tell it to Felix. He's got some
This
incense.
is a fun story. I hated him. I despised this man.
He still does.
No. So I'm in Lansing. This is literally the day he moved to Lansing.
Not bad. Just before that.
Oh yeah. Okay,
I was still midget fat tits.
Okay, midget fat tits. So anyways, this would have been in April of 2016.
15.
Oh my God. I'm not good with dates. Why don't you just tell the goddamn story? Okay, so I didn't like him for all the reasons that everyone doesn't like him. Because I didn't listen, I didn't know, and I judged right away completely. I thought he was a pompous, arrogant, bigoted, fucking racist asshole.
Well,
and I hated, I go to this show with a guy I'm actually seeing at the time, and he's up on stage already playing, and he's running around doing his fucking thing with his stupid glasses and his stupid fucking rings and his stupid hair and his fucking all that dumb shit. But on top of all that, he's got a Confederate flag in his back pocket. Completely unacceptable for me. So we fucking left. Like, we literally paid the cover, and when we left, and then I found out, like 6-8 months later, that he was coming to Grand Rapids, where I live, and I found out that my roommate was going, and my roommate at the time was actually dating Uriah from Gallows, and so she said, "Yeah, we're gonna go see St. Chris," and I was like, "What the fuck are you thinking? Like, I thought you were like a normal person, had a good head on your shoulders. What the fuck are you doing associating with this guy?" So I actually completely avoid the show and go to a different bar, and he still fucking shows up there. And yeah. And I don't know, didn't like it, didn't like that he was hanging out with my friends, absolutely hated him. And honestly, by the end of the night, we started talking about real life shit, all the activist work he'd done, all the, volunteer work, all the things that I'd done, and like the kids I had taken care of. And it was absolutely fabulous. And then he disappeared on tour for, I don't know, 3-4 weeks, and then showed back up at my house and never left again.
But I'm so there's that.
Yeah.
I'm saying like
I don't know. Which
Well
one.
executed.
But I'm still a virgin. But
It's true.
beyond that though, like I'm trying to explain to him, like his mind's blown about last week.
Oh yeah.
Think it. But don't even start there. Start like what have I gone through? What did you see me go through? Fucking when it came to the fucking the whole Nazi. Like
I don't even have a memory
How
for
do we even
that.
start?
Basically,
I can set it up for
there
this.
was an entire. I'm sure you already mentioned this. That there was an entire group of people who created a fake LGBTQ group. They each had their own email address. They went through. They they had letterheads. This was 2017. Thing.
This 2017.
And it was fueled by an ex, and which has now been very recently. That ex's current ex just admitted that all of this is true. They created an organization against Christopher, or against artists, LGBTQIA, against artists and hate speech, or some shit like that.
It was called Performers Against Racism and something
and
else.
homophobia or something. And they contacted every single venue that he was going to be playing. Every venue that he was going to be playing, and said, if you allow this man on stage, we are going to make sure that the entire LGBTQ community and your community cancel you. We're going to boycott you.
It's actually started like I was a Nazi, then it went to like the
I think it was Nazi that spewed general hate speech against everyone.
Yeah. But then
I would put that on my tour flyer.
Minus the Nazi, that might be fairly accurate.
but it went from Nazi to then they started actually contacting the LGBTQ.
Yeah, so they started. Okay, so it started there, contacting the venues, and saying if you do let them play, we're going to let everybody know, and we're also going to let the other venues around you.
Yeah.
If those venues support you, we're also going to boycott them.
Yeah.
So even though he wasn't playing or associated with other venues, they were contacting
pressure from
every venue.
Yeah.
So then the other venues would pressure them. We don't want to get boycotted for something we haven't done. Why are you doing this? And so it was literally just like a surrounding tactic, and it just so much so that it seemed insane.
Yeah.
Like
that is insane.
There's no way it could have been
it happened to me.
And then they started contacting the actual LGBTQ groups, and getting them on board so then it was real. So then it was actually a real thing. It wasn't just a bunch of people being jackasses to slander someone. It then became an actual movement. Like, I don't know, a few years ago there was the whole the I support St. Chris, like we're changing our profile thing, profile picture on Facebook thing that went down.
I totally missed it.
It was interesting. I've never seen that before. But yeah, so it became real. It actually was a thing, and it was nationwide, unbelievable. And it was due to very smallly to the fact that his drummer was Native and his bass player was Jewish, and they would actually walk in front of
gay as fuck.
They would actually walk in front of Chris, and they'd be like, "Hey, I'm Jay. I'm a Jew. This is Derek. He's an Indian. This is Chris. Not a Nazi." And for the few venues that actually, quite a few of them was like, it was almost half of the venues actually canceled that tour.
Oh yeah, yeah. They fucked us up.
It financially affected us to this day.
Horribly.
It took that something that small, like literally took all the money out of our pocket, just like.
Oh yeah, we live on ramen noodles. Like we literally like a hat split.
But I mean, it's not just because of that. But like it was for a while. We were sitting on a pretty decent nest egg, and without that and coming back so decimated from that, we just really haven't recovered, even through like trying.
Well, we were trying to recover until Felix's book came out.
Yes. Okay, I say it and nobody laughs.
Yeah, not deliver it, honey.
I know I don't. I'm terrible at telling stories. Why do we think?
Yeah, but anyway, I want to give you her perspective. Like, said,
but then I did want to say that there were some venues that were actually LGBTQ owned.
Oh yeah.
That fucking stood up for Chris, like, and went after other venues, and were like, hey, y'all need to like hold your shit because we know this guy, and none of this shit is true at all. Well, and that was incredible to see, like, you know.
Oh yeah.
To see like people not cowing to.
I'll send you that feeling. The biggest, one of the biggest duels. One of the biggest, like I said, the regulars of all that, like you said, it was, and you can, it was, there's a place, look them up, fucking look those guys up, fucking, I friend them, fucking tell them I love them.
They responded. They responded with this freaking fabulous email to this fake group and went through to all of the actual real LGBTQ groups, and responded like, "Listen, you guys need to stop these tactics."
The biggest thing was, and I had to write about that same book, was fucking. It was fucking Troy and his husband Charles, and Troy. God bless him for it, man. Like, fucking, he was one of the people that he said goes, and he kind of fucking cut that off. He goes, because they made this email on like bullet points and shit. And what this stemmed from, and Felix doesn't know this, and probably people who listen don't know this. I had this horrible fucking ex-girlfriend who Dogbite was in love with.
Naughty close, bitch.
But I'm like, anyways,
this woman went so far as to get our food stamps canceled at one point, because Chris is a rock star who makes a lot of money, and she was hiding it from the government.
That's a whole other thing.
No, that's just
She's
a little much,
dude.
Wow.
You have no idea about that. I'm just gonna focus on this part.
No, that was an example.
But like fucking that, like when we
That's a fucking nightmare.
It was one of those deals, like I said, we got so fucked over by this fucking shit. And it was an axe to grind once again, but they did it in a way that they literally disguised it as people that were like fucking actually had like this big social conscience and were like, you know, here's this horrible fucking. I'm like, dude, who the fuck does this though? Like, who in the since like I learned to play guitar in the fucking country as a kid, so I could go spew hate speech, and they had like a fucking this big diatribe. They wrote it up.
Are you serious?
Am I serious? Serious, a motherfucking heart attack, man. Like, it was so sad because here's what I kept going. When that shit started coming out, people started, I'm like, Vinny's like, damn, this whatever.
I learned to play guitar in the country, so I go and spew hate speech across
the It's like hate speech. Good, but for
it's like trying to be good for like Lenny Rosenthal or something. I don't know. There's a camera in the country when I was a small girl. I'm making propaganda films for Mein Führer.
I learned to play guitar from the KK clan, from the Ku Klux Klan.
And as absurd as this may sound, you guys ain't far off. Like, I will. Felix, hit me up. I'll forward you this back from 2017, and that's where like I had a lot of shit happen to me, but this was absurd, and it hit at the right time. Where
it's obviously totally calculated. I mean, this is just absurd. These are people who, and what kills me is the people who really fight for like social justice on any level. Those people now get associated with these assholes.
I know that.
You know what I mean? These people are riding on their coattails for some sort of like fucking what do you call it? Reputation points or whatever, community.
Hey, bring out that thing that Valerie made you. Fucking since we're all
social credit, that's what they call it. They're looking for social credit, and then they're just like,
well, these people were looking just the same. Like these ones, not just that, like they were looking like they were victimized as bitch. The one that this horrible ex-girlfriend started this, and then it just got momentum to the point where like we'd be going to a next town and show up there and be you're canceled, your fucking show's canceled. Every it would be like boom boom boom. Like I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And it started with fucking my own hometown, Lincoln, Nebraska, a fucking fest called Lincoln Exposed that I fucking actually helped. Fuck, they have things. If you go look up, they had riot ups and everything else. The dude goes, he fucking goes, well, we can't. We're just inviting you. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm coming through with this new band, this new group of guys. Why, and they had like big diatribe, like we had this meeting and blah blah, and they said this and I'm like, fucking hold the fucking phone, dude. And he goes, and I called him. He's like, well, I know you, Chris, but I go, so shut the fucking fuck up, back up. So it's 2017 at this point. I go, so you know me, you know my intent, you know where I come from, you've seen my social background from that town, and you're still doing this. He goes, well, ever since Trump got elected, the artists have been at each other's throat, and we can't whoa, stop there. So you're doing this. It's not the right wing. It's not the fucking conservatives. It's you doing this to each other, right? And he's like, well, blah, blah, blah. So yes. And he's like, that. And he goes, I just can't afford to have this fest have bad publicity. Oh, I go, so stop. This is bullshit. And everything I'm saying is bullshit, right? Are you admitting? He says, yeah. I go, and so you're fucking wrong. And on the phone,
what festival was this?
That was Lincoln Exposed in 2017. He goes, and I go, so this is wrong. He goes, yeah, but I just can't. I go, stop. I can't afford bad press. I'm like, wait a minute. So I started playing this fest in 2009, and it's 2017, and now you're saying this because it might get bad press, and it never was going to, in the sense that the fucking emails and the bullshit they're doing, but they couldn't risk it. So I'm like, so you're so worried that the artists are turning against each other and the changing climate due to Trump. Like, it's not Trump doing this to me. It's not the conservatives. It's you. And not just you, but some cocksucking bitch who fucking is doing this from a horrendously terrible family, very coldly and very calculatingly. But so I go, so I've worked my fucking life to fucking further anybody in a protected group or anybody exploited. And now them folks, anybody that does this, even like last Saturday, you're exploiting them. These are the people being exploited by the exploitation of race, LGBTQ, fucking women who've been fucking raped and fucking treated like shit. You're using that platform, and that's what happens. And I'm I would be hard pressed on the low-lying level that I'm at, fucking, to find somebody else who's done that, to the point that, like I said, this shit happened on Saturday, and me and Ralph were talking on Monday, and fucking it was getting dicey already. Within 24 hours, fucking some cocksucker started doing this shit. It sounds absurd. And at that point, too, it's such a gaslighting thing. They use that term.
At this point, too, I think it was a lot like... I think it was squashed pretty quick because everybody that gives a shit about you and knows you was kind of like, well, Chris is putting an album out. Here we go again.
Yeah. Well,
here they come.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and that's, yeah, and I think also, that, and I told, Bad, where'd you go? I'm saying, come here. Like I said, in the sense of like, she literally, and this was heartbreaking.
Beard looked really good right now.
She lost so many, what's that?
I just want to say, on a side note, little parking lot note for the interview, your beard looks very nice right now.
I thought so. I mean, I did it for you. It's actually fake. But like say they fucking did that. It's actually fake. I bought it at Spirit Halloween for you. But they fucking but like say she has lost in this town we live in, this bullshit pretentious ass town. Fucking she's lost friends, people, and it hurts and that breaks my heart. So I'm like, come at me. If you don't like me, cool. If you really want to believe in this shit, cool. But they just and they waited too. But a lot of it was my buddy and I'm gonna say this, guys. And I'll say this, Aaron's known me a fucking long time and been through a lot with me and everything else. What I say is without arrogance and conceit, and maybe, I'll just say it. Like I said, my buddy Aaron told me this, or my Taylor told me this. He goes, it's jealousy. I'm like, how the fuck are they jealous of? So I can live fucking in poverty, fucking scrape by, fucking starve to death for months doing this. But the people that you're around, like when they have a lot of times, and there's a lot of these fucking cocksuckers like, well, this person's touring, this person's doing this. They literally will. They fucking use these social paradigms, these platforms, these things, and they'll fucking turn against them. Like, but you're exploiting the very people that you claim to be protecting or working. And also on that note, every fucking person who's ever stood up for me, let me see, black, gay, trans, those are my fucking friends who are always by my side, no matter what I write, no matter what I say, whatever. It's the middle class white cocksuckers.
Well, that's what I'm gonna say. It's like 90% of the time, these people that are fucking doing this witch hunt and fucking putting people on skewers, they're fucking middle class fucking white fucking people that have never had to do shit or go through any kind of hardship in their fucking life. My fucking trans friends, my fucking minority friends, they don't give a fuck about this shit.
No. Oh. You got bigger.
They're busy living the shit. They're fucking living the shit. Well,
you know? That's what I'm saying. And I write in that book too, and I've always said before, and Felix, you're fucking, I always say it's a very arrogant and very fucking entitled and very appropriated and very narcissistic and very entitled thing for us to go, well, I need to stand up for them. Yeah. White people. Or the black people, or the gay people, or the women. I'm like, maybe they don't want you, motherfucker. Yeah. And I'm
exactly. Like you said, and it's counter fucking productive to shit they've worked hard for, and like, and actually suffered through. So it's fucking irritating to me of somebody who's actually got trans friends and fucking minority friends and actually gives a shit about them. So, but my thought process is once Trump got out of office, I was like, all right, now let's work on the other side.
Well, that's what I was hoping. I hope.
I think the other side put Trump in office so we would, in the first.
So we would work them. I'm not allowing that. I'm not allowing the fact I don't like Joe Biden. Fuck him. He's he's a piece of shit too, just like the rest of them.
And I know everyone thinks I'm paranoid, but man, oh man, watch out for China. They got a lot of money to spend in very sophisticated ways of manipulating media and getting people to act like fucking morons.
Well, literally though, I don't know about China right now, but I'm just saying literally though, when this was about to come out, I'm sitting there going, the worms turn, hopefully people, I do think generally people are sick of the average throat. They're not sick, they're just tired. Tired, man. People are tired of this shit. But wrong was I that within, like I said, within an hour, within a day, fucking bullshit started. But again, the people that did it were people that had an axe to grind. We survived.
I just pointed out, dude, I think the good thing about that though is everybody knows that now.
Yeah,
they understand these motherfuckers are going to come out almost every time you do something new, and now it's just kind of like whatever, fuck you, we did it.
Well, and the thing is, okay, and Aaron, you're talking about that with me personally, and the thing is, and this is what I was saying with her, and like it's been a moment with a lot of people that think, like I said, I was like, well, you're causing these problems, you're doing this. I'm like, why? Because I say stuff and I'm not, and people are like, oh, you're instigating. I'm like, why? No, you think I really think, oh, I'm going to say this because Felix or Aaron or buttfuck or whoever is going to this is going to instigate them. No, I say it because I fucking think it or think that something should be said or it's an idea. This is what a writer does. I said, am I a good fucking, like, my voice? Am I a good singer? Hell no. Am I a good fucking guitar player? Hell no. But fucking one thing I think I can do is write and think. And fucking that is something that I've been fucking like crucified for, you know? And, which is a personality.
Unfiltered, man.
Well,
it's
that's just
unfiltered. Like if you were writing novels or something, you would have to give it to an editor, and that editor would have to give it to the publishing house, and then they'd give it back to the editor and go, "Oh, take this out and rearrange that." When
That's why Felix's book is like $75 because he doesn't deal with that shit.
Or same thing if you make a record for like a record label, you know, like a giant record label, like, oh, you're not putting this song on, or you gotta fix this shit.
Yeah.
But for you to just be able to speak that unfiltered without anybody's approval ahead of time, yeah, it's threatening to people.
Well, I mean,
inexplicable to me. But
here's another thing to chew on for a minute. So, here's a thing that I've got going around here. I think that's always kind of fucking bit me in the ass with the local music scene in Eastern Oregon, if there is one. Fuck them. But anyways, but there. I'm the only person that's fucking toured out here, but there's a million good musicians that have sat on their fucking ass and fucking played the same fucking bullshit. And legitimately, they're probably better than me on paper, but they never had the balls to fucking do anything with it. And so these fuckers, me fucking blacklisted off of shit and keep me from anything local. I'm too like, oh, he's just like a little too rough around the edges. Yeah, because I've actually been out there fucking touring. I'm the real deal. I might not be great, but I'm the real deal. You know, fuck you.
I've never experienced
with today's hot new country or something, man.
Huh?
Well, today's hot new country.
Or whatever, you know, and that's part of it too. But I do really think that a little bit of it is that these people feel like they should have been out there doing this instead of me, and they don't understand.
They should have. But they didn't do it.
Yeah, that exactly. But it's their own fucking fault. They don't get it. That it's their own fault. They could have easily, just fucking easily. But also, these guys like their little fucking homestead life, where they've got their jobs, where they don't fucking want to fucking leave the house or roll the fucking dice. They don't want to live in a van. They don't want to fucking, you know. And I get it. I'm there now. You know, I fucking only fucking tour when I got vacation time, man. And I'm there, and that's fine. But I'll admit it. I had the ball to go for it.
You guys ready for the most glaring fucking example of that? Like, so here's me coming to, you know, I ended up in Michigan and Lansing in 2016. And here's Lansing and about 60 miles here is Grand Rapids, where I ended up meeting this girl and ended up here. And little I know how fucking clicky, like I've been a lot of this place is click as fuck. And the thing is, like I said, a lot of people don't realize we're Michigan. Not to sound people from Michigan don't realize you have to go up into Michigan. You've got, you know, there's a story thing, the Stooges and MC5, Motown, and the industry and the fishing industry. But this is up here. So here's me as an outsider, and here's me coming in as an outsider, right? To make a very long story short, there's Cocksucker, and I'll say his name. His name's Robert Bruce. Rob Bruce is one of the people that never came to me, obviously, personally, who I actually went to personally. I said, is there an issue? Obviously, was he going to fight me? Now, I've never been in a fight in my life, right, Felix? But
that's the rumor.
He'd probably beat me up, I'm guessing.
But got relaxation streams.
Do I not?
Who needs to relax who needs to fight when you got relaxation streams?
You know, when you're doing that stuff. But anyway, yeah, this old guy who is one of those guys who's 40 fucking years old and still calls himself a punk rocker, which is about like as pathetic as you can get. You know,
I think Felix is about as punk rock as a 40-something-year-old guy gets, really.
Yeah, I've tapped out. Yeah.
Well, my thing is, the moment you place a label upon yourself, I'm like, that's cool. Anyway, you know, then this is that guy, and obviously, you know, insecure person and everything else. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about you. You know, you can live or die. I don't care. But they start coming out. They start seeing this opportunity. So we start going at old fucking Chris. Here's Chris. Here, let's go at him, guy. Easy thing, right? And so this whole town did, to the point where like this one fucking cunt was saying that I was this girl here, the old lady, that I was actually beating her up and shit. Fucking insane. These accusations, like just fucking to the point where like now you're personally defaming the person because you came to like have you came on my music because you really can't. Yeah, this is stripped down nasty shit. And also you fucking in your heart of hearts know you can't do this. You won't be able to do this. You can't convey this. You know, it's because they can come at your music, and that's like okay, that's kind of an intangible thing. But you as a person, you're a racist. You're homophobic. You hate women. You're a domestic violence person. You're a rapist. What the fuck ever they can think of, they will do. And I've seen this personally on just a vicious level. Well, one of the many vindications of 2020 to me was when this cocksucker, he started doing his little fucking jerk off live streams, and his little one of his like 10 little butt buddy bands. He's one of those guys like, you know, when you're a guy's like at 5 bands, I automatically don't trust you or like you because, you know, you're just a jerk off. And a band that when he was on the news about doing live having whatever Channel 3 news. And obviously, again, this don't affect me. You know, I didn't even know it. People like, oh, did you see faggot wars on the fucking news? You know, you know, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care what this jerk off's doing. And I outwardly spoke like saying, so many no-go cocksuckers that you're talking about there, Aaron. Some people they used it as like they act like they're like a starving artist, even though they had a real job that never got cut. It was like a promotional tactic. You know, like it was like, oh man, then they do this so they can actually get their shit out there. I've seen this happening. And I was one of the people going, fuck you, you fucking phony fraud motherfuckers. You know? Anyway, he was one of those people, and his little boend's in his band.
And he probably thought that was really going to take him to the next level of the local news.
Well,
it's going to be the big thing for us.
What ended up happening was, it was so funny because that happened, and then within a couple 3 days later, they had this very I could say an open letter to the fans of this. What the fuck is that stupid band? Like 78 RPMs a minute or whatever.
Oh, I've heard of that band actually.
They blow jobs, but they're and I don't know any of the guys. Obviously, if they walked in here right now, they would fucking never fucking look in the eye. But they had this open letter thing saying how, but they just come upon this, which is again the hypocrisy of them. I think they're just sick of this cocksucker's egotistical bullshit. Fucking who sucks. Who's also the guy that hits girls up on Tinder again at 4 a.m. whatever. Listen to this, Felix. You ready? You got a seatbelt on? Because you're gonna need it, bro. So this guy who had called me, he'd once posted online, but I couldn't see because he blocked me. Like Saint Chris, that's anybody knows me always calls me Saint Chris. That's how I go by. No, but Saint Chris, you're not punk. You're a poser. I'm like, okay, let's stop there. For one, anybody says poser past fucking 1987 on a playground, there's that. And two, a punk. I'm like, dude, I'm like, this point, I'm like 39, 40 years old. The punk? Dude, I fucking wear goddamn Skechers. I mean, come on. Who defines himself by this? So I somebody sent me this as a screenshot. I'm like, wow, he got me. This bad breath fucking forehead cocksucker who I already tried to talk to actually, because he was actually upset back in 2015. Long story. He's grand before he even came here. They take my band. He already didn't like me. He doesn't like anybody that threatens him. Like, well, I'm not threatened. Is anybody a threat to me? Yeah. Do you think, dog, as long as you know me, am I threatened by anyone? Am I jealous? I jealous of it? And fuck, I'm like, dude, fuck you, dude. My life rules. I'm sitting here smoking a cigarette, fucking with my underpants, talking to you guys on the fucking online, playing music, fuck. My old lady hates me. It's cool, Drinking vodka. No, but really, it's like, I'm sorry, man. Anyway, it's sarcasm. But I'm like, dude, I have jealousy of no one. I don't look at. The only people I look at is people around me, like Johnny's band, the Foilies, or fucking Luke's new project, or fucking, anybody. You guys, whatever you guys doing, fuck yes, go. I don't. That's the only thing I look at. I'm like, oh man, Aaron made a new album. I hate him. But that's how these cocksuckers are. Anyway, so finally. What happened was during the pandemic, this guy got on the fucking channel 3 KM 10 fucking 6 a.m. something, and he was on that, and so his little boyfriends in his band finally got fed up with him, and so like 2 or 3 days later, they had an open letter to their fans, which I'm like, we don't have any fans. Nobody actually really likes you. Quit playing solitaire.
I'm not. I'm listening.
You better not play solitaire right now.
I'm not playing solitaire. I'm listening.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm Googling some shit that kind of pertains to the interview.
Look up Rob Bruce, Grand Rapids.
Look up what?
Rob Bruce, Grand Rapids.
Okay. I was trying to look up that band you just fucking told me about.
It's like 78. Yeah, he's like 78 RPMs. Murder Party was one of his bands. Murder Party was one that got passed over. We got on that label, quote unquote. Like, my buddy Mark runs it, and it wasn't like a big deal. We just got shit over that. Of course, I was terrible, and I didn't even know this guy, so he already hated me. And so yeah, like all these bands, but yeah, but they wrote this open letter to their fans, which they have none. By fans, I mean they're like family and friends that come to watch their shows, obligatory. They don't want to be there. And
193 likes on Facebook. They must be fucking really good.
They're bang. Well, let me tell you about that band.
That's like what I got.
You got more than that, dude. You got like 800 or 600.
No, I got like 213.
Fuck yes! This will bolster it. I'll tell you what.
Wait a minute. This isn't them. This is like a mariachi band or something.
Oh,
way better.
I'll push
way
like
better.
on that.
But what happened was, I think at the point, this fuckface, so they get jealous of him for being on the morning news at 6 a.m. for his live stream because they're losers. Don't yawn.
What was his name again?
Rob Bruce, Tommy Gunn is what he goes by.
That's the fucking villain in the 5th Rocky movie.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Rob Bruce.
Tommy Cum. Look at Tommy Gunn. Look at Tommy Gunn, Grand Rapids.
Hey, Tommy. I didn't hear any bell.
No, I said Tommy. I said, did I say Tommy Cum? Because I meant Tommy Gunn instead of cum, as in semen. But he, as in guzzling it from fucking his boyfriend, who also is has fucking chlamydia. But fucking this cocksucker though. Listen to Felix. Listen to this part though. I'll just say. So his little boyfriends, they're so mad at him. They out him and they say they just stumble upon this, even though they made out. They just stumble upon this, which I hate them as much. But here's what this fuck did.
Oh God!
For these like 3 different bands, he fucking took obscure Canadian punk bands, note for note, lyric for lyric, changed the fucking name, and made whole albums plagiarized.
I saw that on your Facebook or whatever. I was like, this is a joke, right? I thought it was like an Onion article.
Trump's a poser. That's one of his pictures. He likes to say poser.
He called me a poser.
God. All right, I need to crash out, you guys.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I'm done now.
After that. But anyway, no, just before you go to bed, Tommy Gunn, come.
I'm on it. I got it right now.
I'm just saying. But think of this, just chew on this for a second, Felix, because I'm a poser. Apparently, I'm trying to impress people. I'm putting on
a suicidal tendencies shirt in like 1985.
Hold on. Can you see that picture?
That cocksucker. He's the one. Yeah.
He's got the black flag tattoo. He's making sure to show it off in his selfie.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm on a punk.
His brand new shirt that he's got on there that he just bought.
I'm not allowed.
He's got a Descendants logo on his arm too. Super punk.
He looks like he was into ska punk.
Here's my.
He looks like he was into like Modest Mouse punk.
Here's my thing about that guy. Here's my thing. Is I'm always worried he's gonna beat me up.
I would be terrified of that
guy. You're not a fighter. You don't fight.
Like I said, man, you gotta watch out for that Tai Chi.
Yeah. I hope he doesn't. I just hope that he doesn't see this beat me up.
Yeah, I don't.
I always didn't realize I work at Circle K where he knows I work at, and I live down here, and fucking my phone number is 402-804-9275. I hope he doesn't go to jail because
this guy isn't just like this. Isn't this guy's the whole package of what we've been talking about this episode?
Don't tell him that don't. I'm worried because I'm worried that he'd find me, we'd have to square off and he'd beat me up and shit.
I'm not even gonna say anything, but he's like the total package. He's like one of those.
He's a total package.
He's a middle class white guy who talks about.
Dude, yeah, from area called Big Rap. So you got Grand Rapids, Big Rapids. Is like this where this cocksucker is from. God, I hope it doesn't beat me up. But anyways, cocksucker is from Big Rapids. It turns out I learned all this information because people like this guy. Him and his little fucking cronies attacked me so hard. They said I was beating her up. I'm a Nazi.
Look at how he's holding this gun. He's holding this gun in this picture like a fucking.
That's scary, dude. I wouldn't shoot me with a gun.
I don't think he's actually shooting it. I think it's just a photo.
Why is he shooting the gun like this? Why is he shooting the gun like this? Slow stop me, I'll shoot. He's like, here, I'm a giant target.
Do you guys realize that if you tag all this is going to go like the Grand Rapids is going to go crazy? So, Aaron, please don't tag him in this. Aaron,
I'm not going to
tag him in this. Aaron, please don't tag them.
I'm going to sleep now. I will see you guys later.
I'm not going to tag him.
But remember what I just told you, that story. That the guy, fuck you, he son of a bitch.
He had to do it eventually. It's like a Band-Aid.
Aaron, I hope they don't beat me up and shit.
I don't think you got too much to worry about, brother.
No, I'm scared, dude.
So, hey, when's the album going to be released? You know yet?
Okay, so video came out last Friday. Other stuff, that's a good question because as we speak, Casey's in the other room fucking working on the album cover. She's wearing the album cover, and then I'm gonna beat her some more.
So do you know when the album's coming out?
We don't. It's probably. I'm to the point now where I want it to be in March because up here in Michigan, if you haven't fucking paid attention to the news, which I know you have, it's just shit went haywire in fucking March, you know. And so I kind of want it to be it's a perverse thing that 2020 Apocalypse comes out then, you know.
A year later.
So yeah, about the album, it's really fucking cool that, you know, with all this horse shit I've had to fucking endure over the years, which you've seen this much of it, you know, like the last 10 years of it. The last 10 years before that, you know.
I think a lot of it started when he dropped the N-bomb in that song. Is where a lot of it.
Before that. So okay, here's my thing. Before that, fucking New Kind of Patriot, that album, the fucking motherfucking same most well-known album.
Oh yeah.
That was the conservative side. Like I said, the conservative Christian shit, fucking Nebraska side.
Oh shit, yeah, they hated you there.
They didn't like it too much, and then all of a sudden this shit started. Like I said, unfortunately, when Preach Goddamn came out, like that's what the Preach Goddamn it fucking that's again is rubbing your fucking nose and it says like you said you preach this. I don't preach fucking anything, dude. I write songs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm sorry that, you know, that unfortunately, what I don't know what I don't. The thing is, like somebody like this cocksucker talking about the rest of them, no one knows what you're talking about because it doesn't matter. Like everything I got, like there's always like you're preaching this. I'm like, I'm not preaching anything, dude. I'm not. I know where I stand and who I am. In fact, fucking who I am as a human being quite often does not fucking coincide even when I'm writing. It's more of an observation. That's what my buddy Zach last time we were talking about. He goes, one of the things that bothers people is like they don't know what side you stand on, and nor should they. You know, that's kind of the ambiguity of songwriting should be that fucking the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We kind of make it, you know, my thing is, it's like a lot of times people make of songs what they want anyways, obviously. So, I mean, I make a song, I have my ideas of what it is, but once I put it out there, it's kind of for everybody, you know?
Right. Just like, well,
anybody who likes it can take that song and make it whatever they want, you know?
Well, like,
it might be a memory for somebody, a certain, you know, time.
Well, the last thing you want to do is explain fucking your lyrics. That's my theory, and that's got me in.
And it's kind of if you're a real songwriter, not somebody that just fucking writes shit to sound cool. It's an awkward thing to talk about because it's very personal. You know,
you shouldn't talk about it. Then why? If we wanted to write that, then we'd write. I could write a page or 2 pages or an essay or what the fuck ever.
If I wanted to write that, I'd be a millionaire because it's sell my shit to Nashville or something. You know.
Well, I wouldn't. I'd like to believe that I'd make $2 off the book. I'd be.
I'd make enough to buy 2 of Felix Thursday's books.
Then you'd probably be very lucrative. I think that you would have. You'd be like Mark Cuban or somebody like that, you know, or Bill Gates.
Someday, somebody's gonna burn Felix Thursday's book, and it's gonna be
on a Kindle.
Yeah. Let's start throwing their Kindles in garbage cans like up the scene on Footloose.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been wanting to do like skits and shit. That would be hilarious.
I like the fact that he was mind was blown about this shit. Like what? I'm like, dude, this has been my life for the last fucking.
Well, I think, dude, Felix kind of just like came back around a few years ago. He dropped off.
Not just that, but there's plenty of people that are like, "Are you serious?" No, well, that's you can't give the glimpse of like. I could literally write a book, and I wish I had saved all the fucking hate mail I've gotten for nothing, though. For what? For writing a song for something that's misunderstood. You know, the thing is, like you say, you're talking about that song, "Pride Goes Wild" that you're referring to, the bitch that fucking started all that, the Nazi thing, and that's what they get pointed to. Don't yawn on me now.
No, I'm getting there, buddy.
Listen, Solitaire. But. No,
I haven't played Solitaire since the real interview began. I played Solitaire for the 3 hours before we started, and that's why I'm fucking yawning.
We haven't got started yet. You better take some fucking 5 hands. Anyway, no, fucking for all jokes aside, but that cunt that you know, and you know the horrible story with her, she actually played on that song. She terribly played bass on that song.
Oh yeah,
she terribly did. She fucking edited the book, you know, and then turned it that it was. I'm like, again, very knowing what she was doing was complete horseshit, but knowing she could exploit people and exploit this, you know. And the difference is, like I said, I fucking glad, like I said.
Well, people like her, man. People like her and how their minds work. She was probably planning it the whole fucking time she was doing it.
Oh, probably.
Or at least putting it in her back pocket to save just in case she needed it, you know.
Well, you know, and hopefully, like, I do take a little bit of solace. Like I said, it's funny because I talked to her fucking when we got down the hole in the wall in Austin. Her little ex-boyfriend, fucking his dude, fucking I talked to her today, which was odd.
Was that the guy in like the Nick Sabbath band or whatever?
No. He confirmed yesterday that she actually didn't fuck Max Sabbath. She tried, but they wouldn't do it, and it made her upset.
So she told everybody she did.
She couldn't even get Grimace going.
Oh man. Well, she got you going, so.
You know what? Don't take much. I mean, but anyways,
this girl here's got to be like a record, though, man. She's been with you for the longest I think I've seen any chick with you.
Yeah, she's lucky. She's lucky.
When I saw you like get engaged, I was like, "Oh, Chris is engaged again. We'll see how long this one lasts."
Again, I've never.
She's a fucking trooper. She's a fucking trooper, man.
She's.
Thank you, Aaron.
Hey, you know what? Thank you. I'm not sure that I would be talking to Chris right now if you weren't here. I'm pretty sure he might have died by now.
Well, yeah, right.
I don't know if anything can kill you. I don't know if conventional booze can kill you or conventional drugs. You're a fucking machine, dude.
Well, babes, this is a whole other topic. I had to go to the hospital, well, a few times back, and that woman, awesome doctor. She came out there and she's in there talking to her, and she's like, she was trying to lecture me before the blood test came back and everything else, and she's like, she comes back out and she's like, this is normal. This is like normal, blah blah. And they're looking at she goes, and Casey goes, how is that? And the doctor goes, I know. Like they're like, how the fuck is this fucker still alive? I'm like, well, contempt. I think that.
Well, you're doing really bad for a minute, man.
Yeah. Well, I think that was like when you lose your. That was a point in time where I lost your fight. You know, I lost fucking. You know, the one time in life where I lost. You start losing that. That's what has driven me. You know, it was fucking. At that point in time, like it was like the fucking. And that it was weird too, and that's what Johnny always says. You know, he's like, he knows. He said, you know, he's like, you know, fucking. We ever got to a point where like really popular, like I would so fucking quit. I would hate it. Yeah. You know, like you lose your fucking fight, and like that was the point where I lost my fucking fight. You know.
Yeah, when I was younger, that was like always my goal. It was like, oh, I wanted to be kind of famous. You know, like teenager dreaming. You know, but like.
Like Cannibal.
I look at it now, and the level of fame I have now is like a X-list celebrity is like too much sometimes.
You have a lot of fame.
Just going into the gas station in Heppner and having people go, "Hey, rock star," I'm like, dude, just shut the fuck up. Like, I don't want to hear it, you know, or like whatever, just like whatever bullshit, you know. It's like our people at work are like, "Hey, dog bite," I'm like, just shut the fuck up, like that's too much. So, like, I don't think I would have handled it well. I probably would have blew my head off at 27.
I think that if anybody like knows who I am, they just don't talk to me, scowl about me, and then they write on me, like me, or they sit across the room, or they don't talk to me, and they talk about how they're going to beat my ass on the internet.
I kind of was like, this guy is probably going to look at me and think I'm a pussy and never want to talk to me at all.
I still do. I do.
Yeah, but you talk to me though. I'm sure that you know pussy by now. I remember the first time I ever saw you, man. I walked into Knuckle.
I know. You've told this story, and I don't remember meeting you.
Oh, what the fuck was that place called?
Knickerbockers.
Knickerbockers, and I was with Bob selling merch.
That's an iconic place, by the way.
But I walked through the door.
Now it's leveled as a parking lot.
Really?
Of course.
Oh, fuck, man. It's like every fucking thing, man. No. But anyways, I'm carrying like totes of merch, and I walk through the front part of Knickerbockers because there's two entrances into the stage area, or the area where the stage is at. And I fucking literally have a loogie fly past my fucking face about 2 inches away from my fucking eyes and nose. And I look up, and it was you. God, it had to be like one of the last motherfucking Saints shows.
Oh, yeah.
It had to have one of the last. Because you did your solo album. I got a copy of your solo album that fucking night. And I don't recall seeing too many more. I never saw you again as the motherfucking Saints.
Yeah, you got to see that, though.
Yeah.
Bob was talking about last night. Bob was saying that like the other day, and she was like,
the motherfucking Saints were something, man. Dude, they were really something.
Oh yeah, and like I said, not the brag or play. I wrote all that. That's what like Ralph was telling me. He's like, well, this stuff, it's like it's more gritty and stuff than your blah blah. Like, do you realize where I come from? Like at all? Like a lot of people don't. They have no fucking idea. Apparently,
that's funny because that's what Whiskey Dick was saying about the last album. Because I was like, I like the last album, and Fritz was kind of like, I was like, I really like it, man. I was like, it's something different. It's like a little different than his last few. I was like, but it's kind of like reminds me of a motherfucking Saints album, you know?
well, I think that last one, the Priest, goddamn, it was, to me, was like the amalgamation of that everything. Really was that as much as I really do love what we just did, that will remain as the kind of the opus of like fucking 20 years worth of work. Like, and if you listen to it straight through, it's the peaks and valleys type shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I really like.
I think, dude, too, man. And with this new one, I'm really happy to see you go to Rusty Knuckles, man. I think that's a good fit for you because anybody who's met Ralph in person knows that you guys kind of have a lot of that same mentality.
Yeah.
You know? I was having some problems, and I won't say with who because I just don't want to even mention the guy's name. But when I met Ralph in person, I was telling him about this problem.
I wonder. Let me think here. No, never mind. I know a guy in John. Okay.
But that sounds like a problem. This is another record label.
I
know. We won't go there. But anyways, I was telling Ralph about it, and Ralph was like, "Did you drive to his house and confront him about it?" I was like, "No." He's like, "How far is his house?" I was like, "No." He's like, "In Montana." He's like, "How far is that from here?" I'm like,
okay.
Fucking 12 hours.
I was thinking the wrong person, actually. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
I'm like, 12 hours? And he's like, like, he would have totally just drove to that guy's house and been like, "What's up?" You know?
Well, my thing, they said.
Who do you think it was? Just say who you thought it was.
What?
Who do you think I was talking about?
My boyfriend. I don't know. Anyway, so like the fucking yeah. I think they said it was funny with Ralph. Was fucking it wasn't until he started hitting me up when the fucking quarantine shit was going on. And no one's really doing nothing. And like my thing is, like, as you well know, I'm like fucking all this could end, music and venues and everything else could end today, and I just keep writing, I just keep playing, I just keep doing this shit. And my shit's always been, to me, has always been like, I love fucking music on such a goddamn visceral level.
Yeah.
But like I said, like to me, it's like always like thinking, writing, everything else. And Ralph was, being up here in Michigan and everything else, like I was giving the take of what was really happening in real time. And
when the fucking National Guard rolled.
Yeah. Yeah, when the protest, the fucking vehicle of social media at that point actually was something I actually used on a serious, not on a serious level, but on a level of like, like they were, the media was reporting this and people were reporting this, and every time I was reporting this, but I fucking worked in the shadow of Medical Mile, which is fucking the house that the Vosses built, and I was like, fucking before this hit, they were saying, we had all this medical staff coming in going, something bad's coming. Something bad.
Before everybody knew what was happening, like everyone was like, it's bad. Whatever's happening right now is bad, and we don't know what it is, and we don't know how to stop it.
Yeah.
And it's insane because like this is like the DeVos's hometown.
Yeah.
And they run everything here. And I mean, Medical Mile is the, like, next to Mayo Clinic and that entire area, it's like one of the biggest, most prestigious, like John Hopkins, Mayo Clinic, and like here. Like this is massive.
Big time, big time.
So when it started to hit, everyone was like, something's not right. Something's not right. We don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
One of these nurses with different. So, in an ironic way, too, like I said, I think that life is what you make of it, in the sense of like that fucking jerk off down there who used to like blow me all the time down south.
That sums it up.
What else?
I said that sums it up.
Well, figuratively speaking,
That jerk off down south.
Brandon Ward, he used to love. Oh my God, this shit. Somehow, fucking this chick that I had been hanging out with on and off in Nebraska ended up in his lap, and but anyway, now he hated it. One of the things he wrote one time, he was like try. I'm like, dude, what can anyone say or do to me to try to hurt me or whatever? Like, and he's like, oh yeah, you sell cigarettes and beer to support your symbol. Who does? I'm like, so I work a part-time job and I'm not playing music. And as you well know, like playing it, like working at, as you can imagine, working on the gas station. I love it. I love it. It's fucking the best.
I don't get it, man. I fucking hated that shit. God, I hate that shit.
But everybody loves him somehow for some reason.
Yeah.
Like every customer and every coworker loves him. So it's just constantly.
I live in the hood. I work in the hood, which is 90% black people coming in. They're all like, "Where's that big white boy at?" Where's that? Now I said, like, these are my fucking dude. These are, oh Jesus Christ. They're my fucking, it's the best. I fucking have a blast doing it. And ironically enough, little did I know, fucking when we were like literally fucking scraping to get by, I'm like, I gotta fucking find something to bring some kind of cash in. Doing that, 3 years ago or so.
That shows how much you love her, because years ago you would have just lived in your fucking Kia.
Well, the key got repossessed.
Stop here for a few minutes.
Yeah, but I was like, yeah, we got to do something, because fucking. But doing that, just I said, I guess obviously never losing sight of the fact that I'm gonna keep playing music and everything else. I'm like, fuck, gotta do something. And I told him from the get-go, I'm like, I'm gonna be gone for a month or 2 months at a time. And but doing that put me in a fucking very unique position, especially in Michigan, to see what was going on, to see this all unfold. And then coming from Lansing and going to Lansing and shit, that's where the shit started. Really, that's where the fucking what you've seen in fucking DC started in fucking Lansing, Michigan, where I live. The kidnap. That's all in Lansing Gun Club, which apparently is a right-wing anthem.
Apparently. It's the NBT anthem.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah.
Not even that. So like we've got the medical mile, and then we've got Pfizer's literally in a backyard too, and they were vying for the fucking vaccination and all that, and then so I know we saw like a really interesting side of the riots, which people were like, why did the fucking riots and the protests and the BLM movement hit so hard here? It's because Breonna Taylor is from here. She lived in Louisville when she was murdered. Yeah. But she's from here. She grew up here in Grand Rapids. So it went crazy here. So like, we had convoys of National Guard rolling, and it was like 6 days of just fire and desolation.
That's no joke.
Like this is still Grand Rapids is still boarded up. Like you still have shops with graffitied plywood in the windows.
Yeah.
Still.
I mean, we literally.
It's still desolate.
I remember Davey, and a lot of people don't know this, that the Davey, when it comes to SS Web, obviously, Hammer is tight, but me and Davey, for years, we were tight. And the first 3 SS Web albums was 80% of the writer. He just didn't want to tour. And so a lot of that shit is not Henry's writing or anything, and Henry has got to the point where he doesn't even know he doesn't. It's hard for him to explain because a lot of people don't know Davey. Ever midsummer, so Davey hits me clean on the fucking clear blue sky at like 11 in the morning or whatever. He just writes. He goes, "I can't wait to see what your take on everything is here when it comes to this, everything going on." And I remember reading that. I'm like, yeah, again, this is somebody who actually knows me, loves me. We love each other, care about each other, and he knows that the actual thought. He actually knows me. And I chewed on this for a long time before I made this album and shit. And I'm like, well, I kind of did it when I was fucking, at least that had run its course. The, fucking the Trump shit was done, everything else. We were kind of going on to a new phase of it. But I was like, yeah, I mean, you've seen people trying to do, we're doing a quarantine album, and real, like, if you listen to these people doing that, it fucking was fucking. I'm not even gonna get into it. So, the people that heard this, like, it's cool when they have people go. This is people like Jay Goldsmith and fucking my buddy Zach and my own brother going. This is the fucking shit that you made. That's the fuck. This is so fucking cool and stuff. And having it be made in under 3 days and fucking having it be written on the fly. A lot of things went into this. The situation of it, the fucking situation we went to, the situation in life that I've gone through with the fucking cancel shit, the bullshit, watching everything. That's actually what made this album. And maybe go back to pre-motherfucking things. People go, it's kind of like, it's like that, or like, it's actually beyond. It's actually even fucking below that. Like when I was like 13, 14, listen to Minor Threat and Dead Kennedys and these bands. So I really, yeah. And then they had fucking Jesse dying and Hayden dying and guys who I were trying to fucking keep alive. I really wanted to fucking, and they were. I don't know if 2020 took them, but I think the alienation, the fucking isolation did not help. That's where you start seeing more ODs, more alcoholism and shit, So it was, musically, it's a perfect fucking storm, and getting with her, like I said, and then having her, after the last album, having her fucking get the performance bug and shit. And now, I think I sent you the new album we're working on, like, it's a perfect storm of creativity, of fucking the tension, the everything else. But for me, I thrive in that tension. This is like a fucking Disneyland to me. I mean, you look tired. You should go to bed.
Yeah. He was waiting for you. This has been like 5 hours to get on this way.
5 hours?
It's probably been close to that. It's like 2 a.m. here, and we start at 9.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock in the morning here. It's 4:30, and we started. I got home at.
He was where I was going to be in bed at midnight.
Yeah.
But
well, he doesn't.
Yeah, no, I am tired, but you probably should get to go to bed too because you got to be to work at 8.
Okay, thanks, Dad.
If he has to work before 10, he doesn't sleep.
Yeah. Well, after this, we got shit to do. Especially with this, it's cool. This, I said, fucking with this, writing a bio now and everything else, like being inspired again. Like I was telling, Trevor, God bless him, the kid that we were with, fucking Tread was like, he was like, he's a 25-year-old kid we just rolled in their house. We met the kid who died, Hayden, dear friend of mine, said this is an idea we'd had, and we're going to record this album, and like, fucking, it just so happened that God bless Johnny and Luke to come up there. We just kind of wrote, like I said, here we're doing this. We're coming in here, a few days before, and we just came in there and just fucking, and I don't think he knew what to expect. We didn't know what to expect. We didn't know fucking nothing, and he never recorded anything like what we were playing, which I don't think a lot of people have. Where you have a fucking band that's just 300 watt amps just blaring, and God bless him. I fucking love the way this fucking thing's mixed. I love the way it came out. There's a lot of fucking heart into it. And I think that's what translates. People think, everybody thinks it's just, they try to, and of course people will, just minimize it. It's, simple, just pump or whatever. Like, well, then do it. Fucking do it. Anyway, I've heard people say that about shit a lot of times. Like, well, play like I play. Go do it. Go get on stage, do what I do.
Yeah.
That's not arrogance. It's just what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I know, man, and not playing like you, dude. I couldn't do it. That's why you're all fucked up. You're all neck surgery, shoulder surgery,
back.
Stopped doing the stomp box because your foot was fucked up. Now had to get a drummer again because the stomp box was breaking your fucking foot.
Sounds all right. I sent you one of the funniest things in album review I've ever seen from a buddy of Christopher's. It's sent to your messenger. I don't know if you still have messenger active.
Yeah, I got
it.
He's off Facebook.
Yeah. You don't see the bullshit. We used to get to chit chat. But I sent it to you. It's just silly and stupid. I'm probably gonna go.
There's no way people are gonna fucking watch all this. But yeah, good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're not gonna keep the first part of it, man.
Oh hell no, don't.
So
None of that.
I'm doing a lot of stuff with like tech things and editing and all this fun stuff. So I've got like a fuck ton of editing programs I've been using. So if you need me to fucking edit anything,
send the new cover. It's fucking.
I can edit it, but the last shit was such a mess. I could.
Don't even.
No, the first 3 hours don't count.
Yeah. This last couple hours.
I'll do a blooper reel. If you
want. I just love fucking watching Felix. We were going.
Wait,
what?
Did he did or didn't?
You know what's funny, dude? Is Felix on the first episode, Dogwater came back, did pretty much the same thing you did for 3 hours to us. He was just insanely hammered. You can understand what he was saying.
I'm not insanely hammered right now, trust me.
Oh, I know, but he was. But he just kind of did the same thing where he just rambled and fucking couldn't understand what the fuck he was saying half the time. But
I was like the fact that, but there's so much to fill in. Like he was just like going, what? I'm like, dude, this is the fucking tip of the iceberg. You know, shit like what people do. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. Which I guess I
sent him the newest.
I guess a testament to us that actually we're well enough to have people fucking hate us and come after us, which sucks dick. It blows because, like I said, I really talk about the music and the ideas than fucking fighting the rest.
Well, then why didn't you talk about the music and the ideas in your interview today?
I think it's because Aaron had
I think what I really wanted, what I expected was a lovely mime scream compilation of No Justice, No Peace, where you just cater to the camera.
Can't even listen to it yet.
You have to listen to that one. It's so weird. You're like, excuse me, like what is happening in the middle of this album? And then you're like, okay, I get it. Fabulous. Definitely give that one a shot.
Yeah.
Or all of it. It's all really good. This is coming from someone who really doesn't like that kind of music.
Yeah, I'll listen. I need to listen to the whole fucking album.
It'll scare you.
Yeah. I can't even remember where the fuck you sent it now, though. Where'd you send it to?
To your fucking Facebook, I think. Yeah.
The drive to Facebook, probably.
Okay. I'll look it up because, yeah, fuck. Dude, this week's been chaotic, man. I've been doing, like, crazy
Tell
shit.
us about it.
So.
You know.
All right, brother. It was good talking to you, man.
I know it is, man.
It's fun. It's good to see you. Hopefully,
I love it.
In person.
I love the fact that we fucking. I just love the fucking watching fucking appearance. That's my favorite part. What? This? And people do that. They admit it has any brain in their head, any caring about music and art or ideas. You go, what? This happened? Like, yeah.
Dude, it's getting like so hard to swallow. It's like literally the same people that these fuckers idolize have fought a long, hard fight to get censorship taken away.
Yeah.
And now it's like they're coming back and sucking Tipper Gore's tit.
Yeah.
Like, or whatever, you know? Like, it's like they've got like a Christianity mentality about shit, you know? But they bitch about the churches, you know? Don't
worse. They're a million times worse.
Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of the Christians I hear that I know are a lot more open-minded than some of these fucks.
Certainly. Like I said, I'll leave it to this. Fucking be an average worker and everything else. And like the fucking new age, like tattoos on the knuckles type fucking. We're cool Christian guys. Some of this cocksucking motherfuckers I've ever met, where I work with nuns and fucking priests when we come to outreach shit, who are fucking some of the coolest, nicest, down to earth.
Yeah.
They sit there fucking smoking a cigarette and bullshit with you and everything else. They never, ever, ever run up. And I'd sit there and talk to them while I'm talking to you. And they wouldn't, obviously, there was no flinching. They didn't give a fuck, man. They're like, okay, cool. So how are we going to help these homeless folks? How are we going to feed these people? And they were the best. Call like white fucking, white collar, black shirt, fucking the coolest fuckers, So whatever, like I said, whatever got them to be where they're at or whatever, maybe it was to help people got where they're at, or maybe they had some religious journey, or maybe once they got there and it's all there, like, fuck this, I don't care.
That's what me too. Is like, I don't feel like I have a right to tell them they're wrong either. I don't know what made them feel the way
they're not. They're not wrong.
Yeah,
they're fucking not. Oh, this whole, this is a whole other thing. Like I said, I'll have these conversations. That's a whole other thing. I'm like, dude, who the fuck do you think you are to tell these folks they're wrong? And plus, I think it comes from just people lack of living, lack of critical thinking, lack of meeting people, lack of talking to people.
Well, the internet, dude. The internet in general is kind of taking that away, man. And like we were talking earlier, to kind of wrap this up and bring it all together. And I've mentioned this in every interview I've done so far since this has happened and since I brought Dogwater back. And this is my take on COVID. I think it's going to be a good thing in the long run.
I hope so.
Because I think it's starved. I mean, like I say, I didn't realize I was such a fucking people person. Everybody's antisocial and like everybody's been leaning on their phone for so long. I think people, once shit opens back up, if it opens back up, we'll see. But like once it opens back up, I think people put their fucking phones down just a little bit more, enough at least to start getting true human interaction. At least a lot of people will. Enough people to where like at least a bit of empathy will come back.
You hope, man. Like
that's what this world's really lacking is empathy, man. Nobody wants to meet in the middle anymore.
For me, like I said, for me personally, how great it was in the sense of I just, like I said, I can't reiterate this enough. These fuckwads going either, like say, the exploitation of, I need to do a live stream that have never toured in their fucking life, or I miss shows so much. People who usually don't go to shows, or people that play from the same three fucking like bars, And for me, I fucking destroyed myself for this, literally. And you'd be hard pressed to find somebody who has.
Well, not only did you destroy yourself, but you quit a lucrative career that you'd put a lot of time and energy into to do this, And not only that, you were important, man. And sometimes it breaks my heart to know that somebody like you isn't out there. I feel like those kids are down one less.
Well, that's what Ben said to her too. And like, man, my thing is, I'll tell you, Aaron, I can't do it anymore.
You're not the only person that said it, dude. My aunt, who is one of the sweetest ladies. You put you two in a room together, you'd probably get along great. But but you see her and you next to each other, you wouldn't think you'd ever get along. But she said the same exact thing, man. She said she retired early, not quite as early as you, but she retired early and said, I just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
She said it wasn't the kids. It wasn't the situations. It was the goddamn state and their fucking stupid fucking rules and their stupid bullshit.
Well, for me, I said
anytime she felt like she was getting any leeway with anything, they'd fucking fuck it up somehow. And just working. Sorry to keep cutting you off, dude, but just working as a low fucking man on the totem pole in the mental health field here in Oregon. Fuck, I get it, man. They just can't fucking. They don't know their heads from their asses.
Well, like again, maybe we'll have a fucking whole other episode about it sometime, and to have Felix bar that because what he does, but he'd be amazed. But some of the shit that she see or talk about is like, Jesus Christ, you did this, and yeah, the audacity to be able to come at me, fucking the thing that said everything else. But like, if I wanted to get going, I wouldn't even do that. I could have been assaulted and made fucking 6 figures a fucking year. You know, doing because like we would do these conferences where I presented and shit. Where I finally, you know, I was the youngest person by myself. They'd have like these teams. I went by myself to do this and fucking was renowned at doing it. And then, but then when I seen that too, I was like, this is like a fucking, here's the top of the mountain. I'm presenting here, but nobody was really listening. They fucking were just trying to sell themselves and sell their shit. And people, if I really want to do, fuck, man. I was like, I'm getting, fuck this. This ain't it. This ain't
Well, it's funny too. If anybody looks at pictures from like your first solo album, maybe even your first 2 solo albums, you know, if they see any pictures from your live shows, a lot of the times you're in a suit, and it's because you're coming straight from work.
Yeah.
And we're talking like fucking pretty, like, you know, pretty expensive, nice looking suits. You'd show up, man, looking like you came from a fucking funeral because you've been at work all day and you didn't have time to change. So you come from that, you know, and it's like that's just bullshit. These people think they're fucking some kind of social justice warrior, and they're talking about a guy that's actually been a fucking social justice warrior, like in the fucking trenches of it, not on the fucking internet, you know.
That just happened going to the fucking the reses, going to the projects, I mean, fuck, dude. Like, I would dare them to do, you know, like, you know, and beyond that, like, you want to talk about laws, rules, shit, I can make it real fucking stupid.
They couldn't do it, man.
They can't do it. They said it's like that fucking the organization that I left, and granted there was an axe to grind there, but I was able to prove that they were fucking not doing the grant right to the point they lost their grant, and that will always, that cocksucker, old Jim Blue, Judge Blue was his dad. His daddy was a judge, and he came that, and he thought he saw me as country ass motherfucking white trash. Well, guess who fucking learned the fucking rules, the laws, and shit better than him? Me. And it fucking to the point that they lost everything from that. You know, an organization that around for almost fucking 65, 70 years, and he tried to take it on. I'm like, well, here's this, and there's, and once I got in the school system, if you're in like the school district where we're at was a huge fucking school district, there's just one in the whole city of fucking 350,000 people. The superintendent had my back, that is enormous. And the only reason he did was he had heard me speak once, and he's like, he's the best at, you know, that guy tried to come at him. He goes, and it was funny because my boss was there, and like, didn't know what was going to happen. This guy was trying to come at him, trying to make him like shit. He's like, and that one guy's like, well, I need to say this. You know, Chris Webster, blah, blah, blah. You know, he's a great advocate for kids, and fucking the superintendent goes, he's the best. And he never really talked the rest of the time. She goes, he never really said anything. And then the guy gets done. He goes, so what? Why are you here? What's your point? Well, he was trying to fucking like to fuck me over and say everything else, and it never worked. And to the point where his whole organization came down. Like, it's still there, but I fucked them so badly. And in his mind, he'll probably sit there and go, how the fuck did this fucking kid from the goddamn country, me being a son of a judge with like gay ass little fucking lists and suits and everything else. Yeah, how the fuck did how did this guy do this? You know. Anyhow, good night, Aaron.
All right, buddy. I'll see you later.
Yeah, good talking to you, brother.
Yeah, you too, buddy.
We gotta talk to Felix again. Just blow his mind some more. It's fun.
I'll see you later, man.